So hello everyone, welcome to Try. This is Pack 365, myself Sujit. So today in this session, we are going to learn a new concept in our function, means in our user-defined function, how to pass this argument in our function, or we can say that function code. So first, whenever you are going to understand this argument, so first we need to understand what is argument, what is the use of this argument. So arguments are essential value which are required by the function for their execution. Means as of now, if you see in my VS Code, what we are creating each and every function, mean the basic function, it will only creating by the defining the function name, and if I want to run that directly, I just call. Now I want to give some means parameter, or we can say that argument. Okay, we are going to understand each and everything. So what is argument? So argument is nothing but, so argument are essential, means essential means it is the necessary things. Okay, essential value which are essential value which are required, by the function, for their execution. Okay, for their execution means whenever you are going to create a user defined function, every time we need to give some value, because if you are not giving some value, then it will be not printing any code of execution. Means you here, guys, just see here I don't take any argument, guys, right? So here only I just printing, but in my real case time, every time we are going to write lines of or set of statements inside the function. So that's why we are telling argument are essential value which are required by the function for their execution. Okay, now in Python there are 5 types of argument. Okay, so next point, there are 5 types of argument. Okay, argument in Python. So guys, first I just write each and every argument, then we are going to start implementing by the help of our theory as well as your example also. Okay, the first argument we can say that positional argument. Okay, so positional argument. Then the next one will be keyword argument. Keyword arguments. The third one will be default argument. Default argument. The fourth one will be variable length. Guys, I think everyone will know what is variable. Okay, so variable length, non-keyword argument. And the last one will be variable length keyword argument. Okay, keyword argument. Now each and everything we are going to see in a detail view. Okay, guys, what is argument? Okay, so guys, before we are going to understand, first I want to make it clear that what is parameter and what is argument. Means here if I'm creating a small example for your understanding, if I'm creating a sample and here I just pass a num. Okay, here I just want to print that num particular thing. Okay, so printing of this num, because every time we don't need to print anything inside the function, but for this example only I just create. Okay guys, just see here I'm passing, means while I am defining this function, or we can say that while I am declare a function, here I am passing some value, guys, right, in the parenthesis. So this will be treated as my parameter. Okay, then whenever I am calling this function, now if I'm passing some value, this will be treated as my argument. Okay, so this is the difference between parameter and argument. Based on that, we are going to implement our all the logic behind this argument. Okay, so guys, what is positional argument? So in real time also, this positional argument also says that mandatory argument means if you want to create any function, you must need to give the positional argument. Okay. So what is positional argument? So positional argument are defined by directly by their name. As of now, if you see here, I'll be declaring the variable name only here. Means norm. Here I'm storing whenever I'm going to give some value to this function, directly I am passing the value. Okay. So this is called our positional argument. So here we can say that these are means these argument are so these are defined directly means directly if you are going to declare something directly by their name only. If you see here, directly we are passing the name only. Okay, by their names. Okay, in function name means here if you see here, if I'm giving some value, so this will be treated as my argument, guys, right? Now whatever the things I am passing in this parenthesis, this will be treated as my parameter. Okay, then function name and function name and while we are calling, we will be providing the value, and while we are calling the function, we need to provides the value to that. Okay, so this is called our positional argument. Okay, now I just want to give you a example for that, then we are going to discuss more example on that or more point on that. Guys, as of now I just want to create a sample function. Inside that I just need to take three positional argument. Means here I am taking the variable length. While I am calling this function, I need to give some value at that time. So here I am taking sample as my function name. So as of now, I just want to print everything. Means if I'm giving a name, by calling this function, I need to print that particular name. If I'm taking a age, at that time, I need to print that age. If I'm taking a gender, I need to print that. Okay, like that I want. So here, first I need to pass this parameter. So here I'm passing all the parameter and the last one will be gender. Okay, after I'm creating, now my requirement will be every time I just want to print that. So to print in a dynamically way, I'm using my f string. So here I need to pass name equal to, here I need to give the variable name. So every time I just need to print this function, so I'll just copy and every time I just paste. Okay, here also I need to paste. So here I just want to change my parameter name. So first parameter will be name, age and gender. Okay, as of now I'm getting. Now, as of now, I just create a function and I will passing some parameter. Now I need to give the argument. Okay, so how to pass this argument? Whenever you are calling this function, at that time you need to pass the value. So as of now, I need to pass my value will be try rights. Okay, guys, if you are passing a name, means name every time it will be taking as of my string only. So that's why here I am passing a string. Then the next one will be age. So at this place age, I need to pass a age. So here I'm passing 24 and the gender will be male. So this is all about my positional argument. Now if I'm going to run this one, so it will be start implementing the control flow. Like first my controller will be come to my 21 line. Now in the memory it will be fast implement this function, or we can say that create a function by the help of our sample. Okay, after creating it will be not directly executing each and every line. So immediately, because we are not calling this function, it will be directly come to my next line. Means after the completion of this function, here I am just trying to call this function. Now it will be come to my memory and it will be start searching. At that time, if here I am checking that, means in the memory also checking, is there any function name that are available by the help of our sample, then it will be start implementing, and by the help of this value it will be implementing. Okay, so guys, just see here the number of parameter in function declaration and number of argument in function called must be same. Guys, just see here I am passing 3 parameter and here also I am passing 3 value only. So whenever you are declaring any positional argument, both are needs to be same. So the next point for this one, I just need to write. So the number of parameter in function declaration, okay, function declaration, and the number of arguments in function call must be same. If we are not giving the same, what is my output? Guys, just see here I'm passing 3 argument. Now if I'm giving 2 argument, means we can say that we are passing 3 parameter, but we are giving 2 argument. At that time, this function will be giving me an error that the sample function will requiring 3 argument, but you are passing 1. So here it will tell that type error, sample function missing one required positional argument, that is called gender. Means you are not passing the value of gender. Okay guys, as of now here guys, just see here I am giving a less argument. Now guys, if I am passing a extra argument, means here I am passing the argument as male, my gender. After that again I just want to pass 25, means I'll providing one more extra argument. Here also the positional argument tell a type error that you are giving extra argument. Okay, just see sample function take 3 positional argument, but 4 were given. So means whenever you are creating this positional argument, that number of parameter and number of argument must be same guys. Okay, take care of that. Then the next point will be said that these are the argument whose position is mandatory to store the value. Can I just see here? Here I'm passing name. Here, as of this name, if I'm passing male, okay, and for this male, here I'm passing the age. Okay, here I'm passing the name. So I just interchange the both thing. So it will be not giving a wrong answer, but means not error. But at that time, if you see name will be tell that male and so here I need to change. So here I need to change age, and for this gender I need to change the gender. Guys, just see as of now while I'm running this one, it will be not throwing an error, but this code will be not 100% correct, means name must be try right, but here I'm changing the position also, it will give me a wrong information. So every time whenever you are using this positional argument, must mind that every time you need to give the argument, those position will be mandatory to store. So the next point will says that these are the argument whose position is mandatory. Okay, means if you are changing, then it will be creating some error, we can say that, but it will be not give you the accurate answer. So to store the value. So these are the different point and these are the different user input to create a positional argument. Then the next argument for this session will be keyword argument. So what is this keyword argument? First we are going to see the example, then only we can get a clear picture on that. Same as now, here also I need to create this function only. Okay, so I just copy. So here I just want to paste. Okay, what is this keyword argument guys? In keyword argument, it will be tell me that the number of parameter, okay, means here the number of parameter and the number of argument where you are passing must be same, but position of argument not decide. Means as of now here, if I'm calling this one, okay, now as of now, this will be treated as my positional. But to represent our keyword, here you need to pass like this. Means here if I'm passing name, I need to take a name. So here I'm taking my name Sujit. Okay, here I'm passing 24, and for this gender I need to pass male. Okay, as of now I am creating this parameter in a sequence, and here also I'm passing the same order. Okay, so as of now this will be treated as my keyword argument. Okay, in the previously, if you are going to change this position, it will be creating error, guys. Okay, now for this one, it will be not creating error. It will give the same output. Guys, just see name Sujit, age 24 and gender male. Here also I'm changing the position, but still it will give me the correct output. Why? Because we are not passing the value as compared to the parameter. Here we are taking the argument at that time only we are passing. Means we are using this keyword only. Okay. So what is keyword argument? Keyword argument are defined directly by their names in functional name. And while calling, we provide the argument name and its value also. Okay. Now, the first point for this keyword argument. So, keyword arguments are defined by their names in function name, and while calling the function, okay, while calling the function, we will provide, okay, we will provide the arguments name and value at a time only. Okay, that is the useful for our keyword. Means if you are changing the number of position also, it will be not creating that much effect. So the next point for this one, the number of, so here I'm typing the number of parameter. Okay, the number of parameter and the number of argument must be same, but the position of the argument, so the position of this argument are not decide. Arguments are not decide. Means we cannot decide the position based on the user input only. Means based on the user requirement, we need to pass the parameters. Okay, so the next point will be said that these a keyword argument, these are the arguments which are created by specific variable in our function called. Okay, here guys, if you see here, if I'm creating and I am interchanging that particular thing here, if I'm not giving a extra argument for this function, because this function will be taking 3 parameter, but as of now I'm passing only 2 keyword argument. At that time, if I'm going to run that, it will be give me the error that it will be missing one required argument. Means by the help of our positional argument as well as the keyword argument, how many parameter you are going to create, that many argument you need to pass. Okay, for this keyword you are changing the position. The main difference between this positional and keyword, in keyword we cannot, in keyword we can change the position, but in our positional argument we are not changing the position. So that's all about this positional argument and the keyword argument. In the upcoming session, we are going to know all the remaining argument in Python. So that's all for this session. Thanks for watching. Try